Hi. So my first question is, what did you find scary about playing in this role? It's a very serious topic, and there were some really tense moments. But I was just curious for your own personal self as you prepared, what part of this role was scary for you?
I think diving into the emotional aspects and the grieving aspects of the character. Anytime you have emotional scenes like that, and especially for me, because I'm not one of those actors that has like technique or anything like that. So I have to sort of go into my own stuff and my own trauma to invoke that kind of emotion. So I think, reading the script, knowing that the sister passes away by like, page 11, and then having the rest of the movie to sort of find that emotion and the grieving and the survivor's guilt, and knowing that I would have to turn in a performance that was hard to get to for like 3 months. I think that was the scariest part. And it gets harder and harder the older you get, which is, because I've been in therapy for so long that I've been like working on my own trauma, and trying to let go of that. And so to take on a role that dives into it is terrifying.
Thank you so much. Sorry about that.
About what?
You look like you're about to tear up a little bit.
Oh, no, no, no. I just have really bad allergies, and it is super chilly here in LA right now. My office has no heat. So I'm a little like, whew.
All right, thank you.
Sure.
Okay, next up we'll go to This Athleisure Life.
Hi, thank you for being here, Alyssa.
Thank you.
I love like murder mysteries, so it was really great. So what really drew you to this movie, to wanting to be a part of it? Did you prepare yourself like beforehand by watching, like true crime or anything like that, just to kind of get in that mindset?
I mean, I love true crime. I think we all love true crime. It's such an incredible escape. I also think it taps into all of our dark side that we've sort of stuffed away, but also allows us to play along at home. And I think that was the thing about this script and the original book that Nora Roberts, wrote, which is called Brazen Virtue, that the movie is based on. The thing that was so attractive to me about it was it tapped into all of that, all of those things that we love about true crime, was here in that movie. And I even think there's this element of that Grace is playing along while the audience is playing along. Like we're trying to all figure it out together. And I think that that's really, really cool.
Awesome, thank you.
Sure.
Okay, next up we'll go to Life and Pumps.
Hello, hello. Thank you for the
Hi.
invitation.
Thank you for being
I
here.
just first want to say that I absolutely love your background. Love it. Like
There's a
love all
lot
of
going
it.
on.
But that's okay though. I love it. I mean, love it. My question is, what do you want readers to know about the film?
I think I want readers to know that it is definitely a statement on toxic masculinity, and also feeling empowered as women, taking control of our lives, taking control of our sexuality, and really that we're sometimes forced into making decisions that we wouldn't normally make, and also that there's so very little to protect us from that.
Love it. I felt all of that. So that's
Good.
perfect. Absolutely loved it. Yeah, I was
I'm
really
so
all
glad,
into it.
'cause,
Yes.
we were really trying to find that balance of it being a thriller and entertaining, but not being exploitive.
Mhm.
And so I'm glad that you felt that.
Yeah, no, you definitely hit the mark. I absolutely loved it. Thanks.
Okay, next up we'll go to Bel Air Mommy.
Hi, Alyssa. I'm Kathy. Thank you so much for being here today. absolutely loved the movie. The book was a page turner, and the movie, I was literally sitting on the edge of my seat. So I wanted to know, what similarities do you have to your character, and what drew you to her?
I think, first of all, doing whatever you can um, to make people's lives better is something that Grace and I share. And also the way we go about doing that is through acts of love. Like, I think, the end of the movie, when, without giving too much away, when Grace poses as Desiree, she does that as an act of love and an act of service to figure out who killed her sister. And so I can relate to that a lot. I was drawn to that. But also, there's a way, like, Grace thinks outside of the box. She's a creative thinker. And I really love that aspect of her as well. And she just felt, a lot of times you read these scripts and you read scripts with female leads, and often they don't feel like a real person. You know what I mean? They feel like they're characters, but they don't feel like they're real people. And there was something very real about Grace that I felt connected to, and I thought that we had a lot of similar personality quirks.
I absolutely love Grace because of the fact that as women, we are vulnerable, and you show that it's okay to be vulnerable, and fear of the unknown is a real fear, but to go after what you need, to go after the information that you need, or whatever it is in your life. And that's what I loved about Grace.
Yeah.
She showed truly how to.
She shows
womanhood.
up. She shows up. She shows up for her sister. And maybe it's out of guilt because she didn't show up before, but I also think that that's something that's also really relatable about her, and also makes her journey in losing her sister and grieving the loss of her sister so much more powerful, is because there is maybe a bit of guilt, and maybe if Grace feels that if she was a better sister, that her sister would still be alive.
Thank you.
Okay, next up we'll go to Stroller in the City.
Hello, hi, my name is Madison. I'm in New York City. I just wanted to ask what it was like working with Monica as two strong female voices in the business.
It was a dream. It was a dream. I think, first of all, I really enjoy working with directors who are women, because I feel like there is an attention to detail, not only about performance, but the way shots are put together, wardrobe. There's a very distinct vision, and we're able to multitask. So that aspect is amazing. But also, I think that there is a graciousness to Monica in general, which feels as an actor to be like the most empowering safety net imaginable. Meaning you could be vulnerable and you know that she's there to catch you, or you can take risks and she's there, or you can, improv dialogue and she's there, or come up with ideas and it's like the best idea will make it in the film. There's very little or less ego. She just wants to make a good movie, and she wants to have a great time while doing it. So it's exactly what this needs. And by the way, we had very trying circumstances because we were shooting during COVID. So it was hard shoot. It was the hardest shoot I've ever done, for sure. Not only because of all the emotional stuff, but because of the protocol, the masks and the shields and the PPE and people following us around and spraying us down and door handles. And it was very trying, and it was hard to connect with Monica. It was hard to connect with Sam and Malachi because we were always all covered up until we were shooting. So, and I think part of that tension of the way we had to shoot really worked for the film, which is really interesting to me. When I watch the film, there is a certain disconnect and a certain like it's not a warm and fuzzy movie. There are moments of that, like there are always moments of that, but it's really grounded in real people and real performances and you know, a care to the craft.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move to Danielle with Della's Tribulation.
Hi, Alyssa. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you. How are you?
Great, great. I really enjoyed the movie. It gave me like Law and Order, Special Victims vibes completely. I've been binge watching, so this was like the perfect movie to kick off the year. I love powerful words like brazen. If you could live life more boldly and shamelessly, what would you be doing?
I don't know if I could live more boldly or shamelessly. I think I am looked upon as a very brazen, just because of my political views and how vocal I am. And I think that my career has enabled me to have the security to feel that I'm able to use my voice to impact positive change, regardless of the fallout. You know, I was on The View this morning, and of course, the headline is nothing about Brazen. It was like the moment Alyssa Milano realized Ted Cruz was a jackass. You know, so I think you know, people sort of know what they're getting, and I try to live my life as honestly as possible. And you know, I've been doing it for so long in the public eye. There are very few secrets left. You know, except that I have
And
bad
so
allergies. That's what you're
with
getting.
the industry changing so much because of the pandemic, then if you weren't acting, what would you be doing?
I've been writing a lot. And I find that has been really hard because it's so much of it is self-motivated. But also tapping into that creativity. And the industry is changing for so many in so many ways, right? First, you have like nobody going to movie theaters, so streamers are really putting money in their own content, which is great. I love the fact that more people are able to see films from the comfort of their home, watch TV shows on so many more platforms, but also we're telling stories from more diverse perspectives, which is another change, you know. And I think if this movie had been made even 10 years ago, it would have been a very different, my lollipops just fell. It would have been a very different movie, you know, that might have been more exploitive. So I think it's all very exciting. You know, and I just feel very blessed to continue to do what I love and be given a platform to you know, ease the suffering of people, and to still continue to be able to tap into parts of my creativity that are new and exciting.
That's fantastic. Enjoyed the movie, and you've had such a career of longevity, so kudos.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, and our last question will be from Vanessa with Bright and Bubbly.
Hi, Alyssa. So nice to Zoom meet you. Been a huge fan for such a
Nice
long
to meet you.
time. As an executive producer of the film, how did you first come across this project? Like, how long have you been involved with it? Were you a fan of the Nora Roberts books and just, were diehard on wanting to make this film? How did you first become involved with it?
Yeah, I was sort of asked to come on at the beginning. So I was involved with the script rewrites. There was already a script based on the book. And casting and, everything from wardrobe decisions to how sets looked, different choices as far as lenses and all of the fun aspects of it. I think, also being a producer on it, I think it feels like there's so much more at stake.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if like producers that aren't also in front of the camera feel that, because I feel like probably once they're wrapped and they deliver the film, that okay, great, like that's done, that's a chapter that's closed, regardless of how it does. But I feel like the stakes are kind of high because I have my hand in both the making of the film and also being in it.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I hope for its success, and I hope as many people as possible will watch it.
I'm sure they will. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Badass in it.